Alright, so today we're going to review the area of composite shapes because it showed up as a deficit on our benchmark, and it also showed up as a deficit when we did our Unit 3 assessment. So we're using this time to make sure that we're reviewing key concepts before we start a new unit after Christmas. So I can find the area of an irregular shape by decomposing the shape into shapes with known area formulas. And I can determine missing measurements in a composite shape. So we're going to start with the Capitol building, and I'm going to split this up into known shapes. So I'm going to divide it right there. I know that my rectangle is going to have a length of 100 and a width of, not a width of 50. A width of 30. So that's 100. I'm finding the area, so I'm multiplying by 30, and I get 3,000 feet squared. So now I have to find my area of my triangle. So I know that if I have a line, right, and this part's 25, and this part's 25 over here, I can do 100 minus 25 minus 25. It's going to leave me with this part being 50. I also know that if I have 50 as my dotted line, and I subtract off 30 because that's this part, I'm left with 20. So the height of my triangle is 20. So I'm going to find the area of a triangle that has a base of 50 times 20 divided by 2, because I'm doing base times height divided by 2. So I end up with 1,000 divided by 2. I get 500 feet squared. Now it's a composite shape, so I'm going to add these two together. So I have 3,000 plus 500. So my total is 3,500 feet squared. All right, for this one they want us to find the total area of the figure. So I'm going to break this up into shapes that I know. Okay, so I'm actually going to pick this triangle up, and I'm going to rearrange it here. So now it's no longer there. So I moved it to here to create a rectangle. So I'm decomposing and rearranging. So now my shape is a rectangle. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5 times 4 is 20 units squared. For this one, they want us to find the area of the composite shape. So I'm going to start with the rectangle because that's the easier part. So that's going to be 8 times 4, and I get 32 units squared. Then I'm going to find the area of my half circle, or my semicircle. So it's pi times radius squared. Well, I know the whole distance across the circle is the diameter. So the radius would be 2 squared. So in my calculator, I'm doing 3.14 times 2 times 2, and I get 12.56 units squared. But remember, this is only half a circle, so I'm going to have to divide by 2 to get my final answer. So I'm going to take 12.56 and divide by 2, and I get 6.28 units squared. So now I take my two areas and I'm going to add them together. So 32 plus 6.28, I get 38.28 units squared. Alright, so now they're asking me to find the area of the shaded region of the figure. So it looks like I have all these little white triangles, and these lines right here, these little straight lines, tell me that these are all congruent lines. That means they're exactly the same length. So I'm going to find the area of my triangle. So I'm doing base times height divided by 2. So that's 4 times 4 divided by 2. 16 divided by 2 is going to give me 8 inches squared. So I have 8 inches squared, 8 inches squared, 8 inches squared, and 8 inches squared. Now I have to figure out the area of the big rectangle, so I'm actually going to switch colors. So I know that the width is 16, so if this is 4 and this is 4, that makes the length 8. So I'm going to do 16 times 8 in my calculator, and I get 128 inches squared. So, wait a second, it doesn't look right. So I know I have 8, 16, 24, 32. So I'm going to subtract 32. So that leaves me with 96 inches squared for the area of the shaded region. Right, for this one, they want us to find the area of the shaded region. And they're saying that the area of the shaded square. Okay, well, I know that if it's a square, right, all the sides are going to be the same. So I'm going to do 4.9 times 4.9 to find the area of my shaded region. I don't even have to worry about what's on the other sides. I get 24.01. It's going to be meters squared. All right, for this one, they want us to split up that composite shape. So I'm going to start with the part I know. So 6 times, I'm going to switch colors because this is kind of hard to see. 6 times 9 is going to give me 54 inches squared. Then I need to think, okay, I've got 8 as my whole base of my triangle. And then I know that if the whole thing is 12 and this part is 9, 12 minus 9 leaves me with 3. So I'm doing 8 times 3 divided by 2 because it's a triangle. And I'm left with 12 inches squared. So I'm going to take my 54 plus 12, and I have 66 inches squared. All right, so for your cool down today, you're going to want to split it up into 2 shapes that you know. You're going to need to figure out this side and this side using subtraction. And then you're going to add your shapes together. If you need help, there are extra practice on Khan Academy. You can email a study buddy or set up an appointment on Calendly. I work with students on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I realize today's a Thursday, but when we come back from Christmas or the holiday break, you can work with me then if you're still not understanding it.